Hello everyone, Bard Ken here. Since I've made my last video, I've made 2 new furry friends, so I thought I'd do a furry friends tag and share them with you. First one I'd like you to meet is Solomon. And I'm going to answer some questions about Solomon and Yorick. And this one's Solomon right here. And I'm going to do Solomon first. First is, what's your pet's name? Well, his name is Solomon. He's right here. And the second question is, what kind of pet is it and what breed? Well, he's a rat. And he's a fancy rat. All pet rats that you get are fancy rats, and he's not like a special type of fancy rat, he's just a fancy rat. And how long have you had your pet? I've had Solomon for, I'd say, maybe a month, a few weeks, maybe not as long as a month, a little shorter than that. But as you can see, he's kind of crazy. And how did you get your pet? Well, first of all, my girlfriend convinced me to get rats, and I went to the pet store and picked them up. It was pretty basic. Rats are pretty inexpensive to purchase. Owning them can only be a little costly because of feeding them, but it's not that much. They don't eat too much. And next question is, how old is your pet? Your Solomon, I'd say, where'd he go? Is about maybe 3 months old. Because when I got him, they said he was only about 2 months, so it would be 3 months now. So yeah, I'd say 3 months old. Next question is, what kind of quirky personality traits does he have? Well, Solomon is the explorative one. He just wants to explore everything. No matter what it is, he will look inside it at least once and figure out what's going on. He will try to escape me and go to the corners of my room and find every little thing, nook and cranny he can crawl into, and then leave, just because he wants to look at it. He'll sniff everything, anything I present to him, he investigates. He also is very squirmy. That's just this one. And it's random when he's squirmy. He'll just be squirmy one time, and then another time he'll do nothing but sit around and be lazy all day. So he's pretty human in that sense of the word. The next question is, what does my relationship with Solomon mean to me? Well, I've only had him for a little while, but I've grown quite attached to my rats, and I'm very protective of them. I don't like it when they get away, because I don't want them to go to dangerous parts of my room, because I haven't finished rat-proofing my room yet, because there's a lot that I need to do to complete that. And he keeps jumping off of my shoulder. Normally he'll sit there very peacefully, so I'm going to go grab him and make him sit still. The second to last question are, what are some of my favorite pastimes with my pet? And with Solomon, I really like to just hold him, play with him, run around with him. So typically what I'll do is I'll lay a towel in front of his cage and put some toys out and some food, and we'll play a game where if he plays with his toy, I'll reward him with food. So it's pretty basic, but I just want him to get the exercise he needs and to learn and grow like a proper little rat. And I also like to take him to my desk and play with like my pencils and stuff there. I also like to just sit by their cage, and they can play in their cage, and I'll put my hand in the cage, and we'll play games like catch, well not catch, like chase and anything else. Rats are weird to play with because they're tiny, but they're also very fragile, so you have to be careful with them. And he's also escaped another time, so I'm going to go get him. The last question is, what are some nicknames I have for my pet? And for Solomon, his only nickname is Monty. I personally absolutely love the name Solomon, and I don't think it really needs to be changed. But to sound cute, my girlfriend and I call him Monty. So he's a cutie. Aren't you a cutie, Solomon? Yes. And that's the only nickname I give him. So that's it. Now let me go get Yorick. The next rat I have is Yorick. That's his name. And he is a fancy rat. And specifically, he's a sub-breed of fancy rat. And he's a Rex, which means he has curly whiskers and curly hair. He's still very young right now, so his whiskers and his hair aren't as long as they become, but when they do, they are proper curly hair, and it's really cute and fun to feel. And he's softer than Yorick, because his hair is a bit more poofy. And how long have I had him? I've had him for about 1 week less than I've had Solomon. I've already mixed up their names. But this one's Yorick, and the differences between them is Yorick is much lighter colored. As you can see, he's white with black spots, and he has the curly hair. I don't need to tell you how I got him. I got him the same way I got Solomon. And quirks regarding Yorick. Yorick, as you can see, is a lot less cooperative than Solomon was. Even though Solomon was a bit more squirmy, he was being very, very polite and cooperative the first time I tried to do this recording, and I screwed it up, so I had to restart. And then he started getting really antsy. But specifically, Yorick likes to taste everything, especially even me, and it's normal for a pet rat to nibble your finger, so it's not biting, it doesn't hurt, it's just a soft little nibble, and that's how they do identification and such. Yorick does that all the time. Every time I see him, he nibbles. Solomon, he doesn't nibble very much, but Yorick, he's a nibbler. That's something he specifically does. And he's the tinier one. I think he's a bit he's not as brave as Solomon, because Solomon loves to go and do stuff, but he seems to be a bit more curious, and he's a bit more playful as well. He touches things, he'll interact with stuff. When I give him toys, he plays with it. He'll nibble it, he'll do things. Solomon takes a bit more coaxing and a bit more training than Yorick does. In my opinion, I think Yorick is smarter, but Solomon is a lot more friendlier. So Solomon's the friendly one, Yorick is the smarter one. Next question. Let's see. Relationship and favorite pastimes. The relationship with Yorick is the same as Solomon. I've only had Solomon a little longer, so to me he's like, the first one. But I love them both, and I take very good care of them. And favorite pastimes with Yorick are the same as Solomon, although playing with Yorick is a bit more different because he's a lot less slow to learn. I don't want to say Solomon is dumb. He's not dumb, but Yorick is very smart, and he figures things out instantly. I'd love to build a maze, and I bet Yorick would solve it before Solomon solved it. And what are some nicknames? I don't have a nickname for Yorick. It's just Yorick. What am I going to call him? Yo-Yo? That sounds dumb. So yeah, it's Yorick. And that's it. And those are my furry friends, Solomon and Yorick. He does not want to cooperate. Oh yeah, Solomon likes to sit on my shoulder when he's being nice. Yorick, he hates sitting on my shoulder. He hates being anywhere high up. So here's a close-up of Yorick, the Rex. Whoa, don't fall. Please don't fall. So yeah, this is Yorick, and those are my friends. Those are my furry friends. So I'd like to tag some people. The first one I'd like to tag is Logan Nolan here. I'd like to have Logan Nolan's face, or not his face, but a link to his channel. It's going to be floating right above my hand. And the other one is I Am Elijah. He's cool. I like them both. Logan, he does a lot of really good song covers. I think he's stationed over in England right now. And I think he's actually American that happened to move to Europe. I'm not sure. And I Am Elijah, he's a great magician and he does blogs and skits, and I like them both. They're great, they're funny, they're a lot of fun. So go ahead and check those channels out. It'll be Logan and Elijah, or you can even see my hands. So they'll be floating right around here at some point. So, you met my furry friends. I'd like to see theirs. Have a nice day, everyone. See ya.